Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1981 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for the Brewers is Tom Candiotti, whose record is 7-5 with a 4.67 ERA. And pitching for the Tigers is Dave Rozema, whose record is 5-3 with a 3.76 ERA. Hey, we find ourselves on a 5-game winning streak, and we have demolished the Brewers the first two games of this series, including Jack Morris giving up only one run in a complete game performance with 11 strikeouts. I believe he is the first Tigers pitcher between last season and this season so far to have struck out more than 10 batters in an outing. So a much-needed strong performance from Jack. And so that's one complete trip through the rotation where every starting pitcher, including Bryn Smith, pitched pretty damn good. And we really have arguably our best pitcher on the mound today with Dave Rozema, and we'll see what he is able to offer up today. Maybe keep the ball rolling, passing it along to from Dave Rozema to Jerry Uger tomorrow. So all of our bullpen is available, obviously, with a complete game taking place yesterday. I mentioned in yesterday's opening that Dave Patterson and Tom Filer have been brought up from the minors as Weaver and Dave Tobick were sent down. Weaver because of injury and Tobick because of his continued ineffectiveness. So we will see if we need to get them into the game today. And then Tom Candiotti, the right-hander, probably best known for throwing the old knuckleball. We're going to talk more about him momentarily. So this is going to be our lineup versus Candiotti. We have got to get Bobby Ramos in there. I feel bad for Lance Parrish, but he does not hit righties well, which is well documented in this game. And Tommy B is going to be back in there at third base. And there's the rest of the lineup, which will go down in more detail here momentarily. Let's flip it over to the in-game stats. In-game for the season stats. And we'll go ahead and do the lineup for the Brew Crew. Batting leadoff and catching today is Dave Sachs. Batting second at shortstop is Jim Gantner. Batting third at second base is Paul Molitor. Batting cleanup at first base is Jim Pachorik. Batting fifth in center field is Chet Lemon. Batting sixth in left field is Larry Heisel. Batting seventh at third base is Don Money. Batting eighth and DHing is Buck Martinez. And batting ninth in right field is Marshall Edwards. Dave Rozema pitching for the Tigers today, 5-3, making his 14th start. Stellar 3.76 ERA leading the team. Only 19 walks, 36 Ks. Opponents are batting .231 against him. He has two complete games after having zilch last year, including that shutout earlier in the year. He's coming off that complete game shutout. He only went 9 as the Tigers won in the 10th, but he did get the victory. I remember that was the game where Tom Hume came in the 10th inning and the Tigers got the victory. So, look at that. 2 9-inning starts, though, with shutouts, which is pretty damn impressive. So he did not get a complete game for that. Otherwise, he would have 3 this year. That is insane to think about. So let's see if Rosie's got a complete game in him today. Excuse me. So here's Dave Sachs leading off for the Brew Crew. Filling in for Charlie Moore, who's injured. Sachs bloops it into right center field. Caught by Hancock for the first out. Next up is Jim Gantner, playing shortstop today. He is normally a third baseman. And Jim Gantner gets a base hit into right field. It's going to bring up Hall of Famer Paul Molitor. Molitor leading the American League with a .371 batting average. And he flips it into center. tracked down by Ricky, deep enough to have Gantner tag up and go to second base. Wow, that doesn't happen very often. So runner on second for Jim Paciorek, cleanup hitter, former University of Michigan grad, and brother of Tom and Jim Paciorek. And I'm sorry, Tom and John Paciorek. And we go to the bottom of the first as Paciorek grounds out to second base. Here is the lineup rundown for Detroit, and then we'll talk about Tom Candiotti. Batting leadoff, playing center field, is Ricky Henderson. Batting second at second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting third in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting cleanup at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting fifth at first base is Jason Thompson. Batting sixth in right field is Gary Hancock. Batting seventh and DHing is Reggie Jackson. Batting eighth at third base is Tom Brookins. And batting ninth and doing the catching today is Bobby Ramos. Here's Tom Candiotti. We know him as a knuckleballer. He has yet to have learned that pitch, and that's for good reason. He hadn't needed to learn it yet. Tom Candiotti, he was a undrafted free agent by the Kansas City Royals in 1980. And that was out of St. Mary's of California University. And then he was a Rule 5 draft pick in 1980 by the Brew Crew. And so he made his debut with the Brewers. But in 1981, he suffered an elbow injury, which forced him to have Tommy John surgery. And he missed all of 1982. In 1983, he became only the second player other than Tommy John to pitch in Major League Baseball after the surgery, and he went 2-2 with a 5.29 ERA, and was basically ineffective. And so in 1985, he took off the entire season, went to the minor leagues, and learned how to throw the knuckleball. And so he was a free agent. He came back and signed with Cleveland. He won 16 games in 86, his first year as a knuckleballer. He was on the same team as Phil Niekro, so I guess that kind of makes sense. But he led the American League with 17 complete games that year. In 1991, he split time between Cleveland and Toronto. He almost won the ERA title. He had the ERA lead going into the final game of the season, and he gave up 7 runs in 2/3 of an inning. And Roger Clemens ended up winning the ERA title with a 2.62 ERA, whereas Candiotti finished with a 2.65 ERA. Candiotti is the second celebrity bowler to be in the Bowling Hall of Fame, Jerome Bettis being the other celebrity bowler. From 2002 to 2005, he was an ESPN analyst. And in 2001, he played Hoyt Wilhelm in Billy Crystal's movie 61, which was, of course, about the season where Roger Maris broke the home run record. So there you go. A little bit of history about Tom Candiotti. Let's get going here with Ricky Henderson leading off for Detroit, popping it up down the first base line. Caught by Paciorek for the first out. So 1 down. Sweet Lou. Ground ball to short. And Gantner makes the play for the second out. It's going to leave it up to Gibby to get something going here. Gibson line drive to center field. And that's the third out. So a quick 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the second. Here is Chester Lemon leading off. Ground ball to Trammell at short. 1 down. All facets of our game have been really superb lately, other than Trammell having those 3 errors in 2 games. Otherwise, our defense has been great. Our pitching has been outstanding. Our offense has been putting up runs. So that's how we fought our way back to 500 on this 5-game winning streak. Don Money hits a ground ball to Tommy Brookins, and a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the second. Here's Trammell leading off. He had his 12th home run in yesterday's game. And he also had 4 RBIs. So ground ball to second for Tram. 1 down. Here's JT. Ground ball right back to Candiotti. 2 down. It's going to leave up to Gary Hancock. Hancock does have a home run against Candiotti in his career, and now he's got a base hit. Stretches it into a double, so runner in scoring position for Reggie Jackson, who's on a little bit of a comeback here. Batting average over 200. Finally, no home runs yet, as a wild pitch sends Hancock to third. Let's go, Reggie. Let's get a base hit here. There we go. Base hit to left field. Hancock should score easily. He does. Do we want to go for 2? No. We're going to say no. And we're going to take the early lead on the RBI single from Reggie. 2 down for Tom Brookins. And Brookins crushes it to right field. It's gone. Whoa. Brookins, we have to give him the everyday job. That's his 6th home run on the season. A 2-run shot, and it's 3-0 Detroit. We traded for Mickey Hatcher to have that job, as Ramos is going to end the inning by flying out to the left. And Brookins has done nothing but step up since then and improved his defense and showing some pop with his 6th home run. We go to the top of the third, 3-0 Detroit. Here is Buck Martinez, backup catcher, DHing today, striking out, swinging. Only the first K for Rozema, but he's not really a strikeout pitcher. He pitches to contact. And Marshall Edwards gets an infield single. And runner on first now. Marshall has a little bit of speed. Slightly above average. The other catcher in the lineup, Dave Sachs, pops it up to third. There's the second out. It's going to bring up Jim Gantner. Takes a strike looking. Edwards steals second base. So he's in scoring position for Gantner. He has the other base hit today for the Brewers. And he's going to bloop it into left center field. Is that going to fall in? It's going to be caught by Gibby. So Rozema works out of a jam and go to the bottom of the third. Back to the top of the lineup for Ricky. Ricky hasn't had a home run in forever. Flies out to left center field. Let's take a look at Ricky real quick. Yeah, he doesn't have a home run in the last 20 games. Only 3 extra base hits. He did have that triple a couple games ago. So only batting .247 in his last 20 games. So not great for Ricky, but we're winning, so we can overlook it, as Sweet Lou has his average dip under 250. Grounding out to Candiotti, and then Gibby strikes out looking. So the top of the order, struggling today. We go to the 4th inning with Paul Molitor leading off 0 for 7 with a strikeout against Dave Rozema. There's a base hit. He was overdue. Molitor on first for Jim Pachorik. Ground ball to Whitaker. Let's turn 2. Oh, nope, they can only go to first. Molitor safe at second. Next up is Chet Lemon with 1 down. Rozema walks Lemon. Oh boy. I don't know if you guys can hear the in-game sounds. I can hear them well in my headset, but I guess the last few games it has not been recording. I see the mute is off as we maybe get another chance at double play. There we go. Larry Heisel gives Whitaker another shot to turn 2, and he takes advantage of it. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. I'm going to just flip this on and off once again, just to see if that does anything. So, again, I can hear it in my headset. There we go. Base hit for Trammell. Can't keep a good man down. Trammell on first for JT. Thompson 2 for 3 with a walk against Candiotti in his career. Oh boy, ground ball to short, and there's a double play. So with 2 down now, here is Gary Hancock. And Hancock grounds out to short. We go to the 5th inning. Still 3-0 Detroit. Don Money, the veteran, pops it up on the infield. Looks like Trammell will make the play. He does. Don Money, he is in his 14th season. Started his career off with Philadelphia and then a long-time Milwaukee Brewer. 1 down. Here's Buck Martinez. Oh, that one sneaks by Whitaker. How did that get by him? So, runner on first. Definitely double play candidate, Martinez. Only a 64 speed. There we go. Perfectly placed. Oh, they could only get Buck at second. And that's the second out. So 2 down as Edwards is safe at first. Back to the top of the lineup with Dave Sachs and another ground ball. That's what Rozema does. Soft contact. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Reggie Jackson had an RBI single. And here he pops it up. Caught in between first and second by Pachorik. 1 down. Here's that bruiser, Tom Brookins, striking out. He follows up the 2-run Jimmy Jack with a strikeout. Swinging for the fences. And then a base hit by Bobby Ramos and an error by the left fielder. Larry Heisel moves Ramos to second. Ramos still batting .500, folks. Look at this. 17 for 34. And he's on a 5-game hitting streak. That is amazing. Great job by Bobby Ramos. Okay, here's a chance for Ricky Henderson. Take advantage of that error. Nope, he strikes out looking. We're going to 6, 3-0 Detroit. Let's take a look at the in-game stats. Who would be the player of the game so far? I mean, it's got to be Dave Rozema. 68 pitches. No earned runs. Ground ball by Gantner. Brookins makes the play, 1 down. Next up is Paul Molitor. Molitor ground ball to third. There's 2 down. Next up, Jim Pachorik. How is this team over 500? There's 7 games over 500, and Detroit is destroying them. Another 1-2-3 inning. I guess they just walked into a buzzsaw, because usually a team that is so strong like the Brewers have proven to be just torch us, but I don't know, their hitters seem to be fairly suspect. As Whitaker lines out to third for the first out, and then Gibby gets his first hit of the game. Do we want to go for 2? No, we're going to say no, because Trammell is just so damn hot. So we're going to let Trammell swing away. There we go. Shoots it to right. Caught by the right fielder, Edwards. So now we're going to try to steal second with Gibby. What is his success rate? I'm sure you're asking the same question. 9 for 13, so that's pretty solid. It's around 75%. And he steals second base. So Gibby in scoring position. That's his 10th stolen base on the season. Oh, JT, there he is, all alone with 15 home runs, leading the majors. And it's 5-0. And what are we going to do with Thompson? Man, I mean, you don't ever want to trade away a home run leader, but as Gary Hancock gets his second hit. But, Thompson's contract is up. And, I mean, we're I don't know, we're on potentially a 6-game winning streak. Hey, is that Jackson's first? Warning track power. There we go. Reggie finally gets on the board with his first home run as a Detroit Tiger. His career, 392 home runs at this point. 392 homers for Reginald Jackson. So that's going to do it for Candiotti. He gave up 7 runs in less than 6 innings, and Bill Castro is going to come in. Bill Castro, one-time closer for the Brew Crew. 18th game, he's 1-2 with a 3.94 ERA. Opponents are batting .321 against him, and this is the first time we've seen him in this series. So a 7-0 lead. I love it when the Tigers are crushing it like this. Tommy Brookins, base hit. 10 hits now for Detroit. Let's keep it rolling. Bobby Ramos slams it right into the dirt. And the second baseman, Paul Molitor, tosses him out. And we're going to the top of the 7th. It is 7-0 Detroit. And Rozema, I think 90 pitches is probably where he gets tired. So I think we can get through one more here before we have to worry about fatigue. Line drive by Larry Heisel. Caught by Gibby, 2 down. It's going to leave it up to Don Money. Ground ball. Tremble's got it. And another 1-2-3 inning. Only 4 hits for the Brewers against Dave Rozema. We're going to the 7th. Here is Ricky Henderson. Henderson ground ball to second. He's 0 for 4 today. Also, Lou Whitaker looking to get off the schneid. He's 0 for 3. Line drive right at Jimmy Gantner. Okay, 2 down. Here's Gibby. Gibson, a long drive to center field, way out of here, 484 feet. Wow, Tigers have 4 home runs today. That is Gibson's 7th home run of the season. He's still batting above 300. And all of these hitters could be usurped by Dave Rozema if he can continue to get a shutout here today. I think he's going to have to give it a go as Trammell flips it to right center field. It's going to be a tough choice if Rozema does give up a run. Here's Buck Martinez. He's got a base hit today. He's got 1 of the 4 hits. Oh, shit. I should keep my fat mouth shut. As Buck Martinez hits a home run. That is his 2nd on the season. And now it's time to just keep an eye on Rozema. He's not even tired yet, so I think we're going to try to get him through this inning. And then maybe we'll give Tom Filer a chance to pitch in the 9th. With 2 down. Here's Jim Gantner. Oh, there's a base hit for Jimmy. And that's 6 hits. We're going to take out Rozema. That's good enough. We don't really want to push him. We definitely don't want him to get injured. We're going to bring in Tom Filer, folks. And this is the first time we're going to see him. I don't have a card made for him yet. I'll have to work on that. So he's made 2 starts for the Cubbies this year. 1-0 with that 2.81 ERA. Opponent's only batting .238 against him. Not a strikeout pitcher. But definitely a candidate to get one of the roles in the rotation. But everyone's pitching so well now. As Filer gets Molitor to ground out to first, and that's going to do it. The Brewers do get on the board with the home run by Buck Martinez. It's 8-1 Detroit. Here's JT. He had his 15th home run, and now he's got his 16th. And there's your player of the game. I mean, how am I going to trade this guy? Man, that is just... He's making it hard. I better get some seriously good players for him. I mean, we're going to have to do it. Unless we're, within a few games by the beginning of next month. There's 1 down. Here's Reggie. Reggie got his first homer as a Tiger. Here he pops out to third. All right, 2 down for Tommy Brookins. Brookins swinging on a 3-0 count, up 8. That would get you ear holes in today's game. But that will take it. We'll move the game along. We'll go to the top of the 9th. Keeping Tom Filer in there. Got Pechoric, Lemon, and Heisel, all righties. All righty then. Jim Pechoric flies out to left center field. There's one down. Next up is Chet Lemon. There's a hit for Lemon. He's got a hit and a walk today. Only the 7th hit for the Brew Crew. Ground ball by Larry Heisel into center field. And I'm not too worried. Let's guard the lines, though. Give ourselves a little bit more of an opportunity to turn 2. Ah, shit. Ground ball base hit for money. And Filer has given up a run. It's 9-2. Next up is Bark Martinez. We know he's got some pop. He strikes out. All right, we're down to the final out with Marshall Edwards. He ruined a shutout in Game 1 with a 2-run home run. And here he grounds out to first, and we get the victory. 6 in a row, and we are above 500 for the first time in a long time. And we sweep the Brew Crew at home. There's no trade offers. Let's take a look at the standings, for crying out loud. Holy cow. 7 games back, 6-game winning streak. Closing the gap on Milwaukee, who we just swept. And we got to feel pretty good about ourselves with those 70 home runs leading the American League. ERA, under 5. Let's take a look at the transactions. Nothing of note. Pittsburgh needs to get a new team doctor. Let's pull up the box score and get out of here. 9-2 victory. Player of the game, we're going to give it to JT. Well-deserving. 2 home runs. That gives him 16 on the year. Sole possession of the home run, the home run title in all of baseball. We had 12 hits. We put up a ton of runs against the Brew Crew. What did we have? 25 runs in the 3 games. So Dave Rozema, team leading 6th win. We probably could have went further, but we gave Tom Filer a chance to pitch. He did give up a run, but inconsequential. Reggie got his first home run. Tommy's showing some pop. And Gibby knocked one to the moon. 481 feet, if I remember right. So, handshakes all around. We'll be back tomorrow. We have the Baltimore Orioles. It doesn't get any easier. We got the Orioles coming to town tomorrow. And until then, everyone, have a great night.